Hey sweet friends, welcome to my channel. This is Lazy Creek Homestead and I'm Nicole. On my channel I like to share things like shopping hauls and what's for dinner, lots of recipe inspiration. I love to be in the kitchen. I sprinkle in a little bit of mom life and what's going on our homestead. I want to really thank you for taking the time out of your day to stop on by and check out this video. I really hope you enjoy. Today I'm sharing with you how we made cinnamon rolls out of Bisquick. That's right. So let's get in the kitchen and I'll share this quick, easy, and delicious recipe with you.
Hey friends, welcome back to my kitchen. I saw a post on Facebook about Bisquick cinnamon rolls and I have all the stuff, so almost all the stuff, so we're gonna try to make them. I got 2.5 cups of Bisquick in my bowl here. I have 1/3 cup of milk, and it says to add in 1 egg and mix that well. And we'll add in our egg and we'll get this mixed up with a fork. So we have this all mixed together. The recipe did say it would be a crumbly dough, so hopefully we're in the right direction. And then we're going to turn this out and pat it into a square. On a floured surface, we are going to dump out our dough and try to get it into a square. Alright, so I finally got our dough worked into somewhat of a stable. It's very crumbly. And now I'm going to try to roll it out so we can put the filling in it. Alright friends, I got my dough rolled out. It is definitely imperfect, but it's holding together. So I'm going to make the filling for the inside of the cinnamon rolls. I'm going to make my filling right in the bowl that I had my dough in. Get rid of some of the crumbs. The recipe calls for a cup of brown sugar and 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. I don't quite have that much brown sugar, so I'm just substituting with the granulated sugar. And 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, so that's what was in there as well. And I have 2 tablespoons of melted butter, and we're just going to mix that well. Oh, actually, I forgot. I also have a cup of chopped almonds. Now we're going to mix that well. And this will be the filling for our cinnamon rolls. Alright friends, the next step for these cinnamon rolls is to brush the dough with a butter. I don't actually have a pastry brush. Somehow my dog got it and chewed it up the last time I used it. So we are going to try to get this butter spread around the best we can using the back of the spoon. And we're just going to try to get it all around the dough. This is to help our filling stick and to make our cinnamon rolls nice and buttery. Do the best we can to get it right to the edge. If you had a pastry brush or even an old paintbrush, they make all kinds of cool little things. This would be so much easier, but I am famous for doing things the hard way. And look at that. We got the job done. May not be perfect, but we got the job done. And next step is we're just going to sprinkle our filling right on to our dough, and then we'll roll it up. Alright, we got our filling spread out the best that we can, and I'm going to start to roll it from this long side in. Now this is the part that I never do so great at, But like I said, doesn't matter how these cinnamon rolls look, it matters how they taste. Alright, I got it rolled up. Believe me, my cinnamon rolls are not going to win no beauty contest, but hopefully my family enjoys them. Now I'm going to do my best to kind of slice them in about 1.5 inch rolls, and we'll get them onto our greased baking dish. I know there's all kinds of fancy ways that people cut cinnamon rolls, but mine are not winning any beauty contests, so we are just going to cut them. This is going to smush them a little bit, but we'll try to reshape them the best we can before we put them in the pan. And this is definitely a nice, fun little Saturday morning breakfast. It's a nice snowy morning. We're spending the day at home. And I just happened to see this recipe and have all the ingredients. It's one of the perks of keeping a stocked pantry. Alright, and we'll get these in our well-greased baking dish. Alright friends, we're going to get our Misfit cinnamon rolls in a 375-degree oven, and we're going to cook them for around 30-ish, 35 minutes until our dough is golden brown. Our cinnamon rolls are out of the oven. They didn't quite take 30 minutes to bake. Ours baked in 20 minutes, but I think that's because they're kind of small. And now we're going to make the glaze. Alright, for the glaze for our cinnamon rolls, I have 1 cup of powdered sugar. I'm at the last bit of my homemade vanilla extract. And then we're going to do 2 tablespoons of milk. 1, 2, and we'll mix that together. And that's all mixed together. We'll just add it on to our cinnamon rolls. Alright, and we're just gonna drizzle our glaze right onto our cinnamon rolls, and we'll let them cool for a little while and enjoy. This was a pretty quick breakfast for homemade cinnamon rolls. We didn't have to let these guys rise or anything, and it took us, with cooking time, about a half hour. So that's not bad at all. Alright, let's try one of these cinnamon rolls. They're actually pretty good. That is pretty nice, good recipe. I'll try to link it in the comments. Thank you so much for joining.